Alright, take 4, I guess. Hey y'all, it's Ryukin here, and welcome to the weekly dose of reviewing stuff. And so we're finally back making normal YouTube videos again after I've been making a shorts video for a while now, and also making posts and all of that cheap post stuff that I did in the past. And also keep in mind that this tape right here was recorded on previous Friday because this tape right here I recorded somewhere in the countryside, which I think is of the city in Bangkok. So in today's episode right here, it's going to be a bit special. So in today's episode here, so I'm going to take y'all a look at the first and my only gaming headphones that I ever have and I ever use. And behold, it's nothing but the name of the Anitech GH500. Yep, this is the only gaming headphones that I ever have and I never get to review until now. And alright, without any further ado, let's get this video rolling. And we take a look at the rarity here, the GH500. So first of all right here, this pipe is a rarity item right here, so unfortunately there is not even one that is sold online anymore in 2025. Alright, that's nonsense. So we take a look at this rarity item right here. So first of all, the thing that you first notice is that it's just a typical gaming headphones like what you would expect nowadays. And of course, this thing right here, it used to have a leather casing around the big ear cups that they look comfy. So, but do they still comfy in 2025? Well, it depends. So I can't really tell about it that much because it really depends on my use and what I was doing. So it depends on the person or on the use or what you're going to do with it. It's not the point anyway. So, well, of course, the headphones itself right here, it features a really big comfy ear cups and the indicator, which it actually can tell you which one is the left or the right audio channel, which is what I really like about the gaming headphones and the many of the expensive headphones that it has the indicator but this one right here is just inside for easy viewing instead of just looking at the outside, or maybe it's actually inside the ear cups after all, like some of the headphones. And this one right here also features this headrest right here where you can actually wear your headphones. Like for example, if I want to wear this headphones right here without giving any stress on the top right here, or else there's like a head dent. So this right here can actually be worn like this without giving like hurt or whatever like from the normal headphones that would. But of course, this pipe, it's bunky size to it, but that's why it is actually, well, like, it's like the one of those best headphones that I ever have. So, like, it's great. And talking about the more features of the GH500 right here is all on the left audio channel. I mean, on this left ear cup right here, the right is just nothing on it. So we take a look at the left ear cup right here. So, and on the left ear cup right here of the headphones, you can see that there's a lot of features right here that you would expect on the gaming headphones, like the physical mute switch, which it doesn't work for some reason, which I don't know if is actually any problem to the switch itself, or maybe it doesn't have any problem at all, but at times it just doesn't work and I don't bother fixing it at all because I don't use that anyway. And you also got this little boom microphone right here, which is quite basic. So whenever you use the microphone right here to talk to your friends, you would just put it up and put it onto your mouth for your best talking experience with your friends online, like on Discord or on Zoom or on Google Meet or whatever you want. And this right here is a physical hardware volume control. So what it does right here is basically a volume control like what you would expect. So you see, it's right there. That's a volume control. And if it goes this way right here, it's just going to mute the audio entirely, or you can actually decrease the audio if it was too loud, or you can increase the volume of the headphones right here if you want to. So it depends. And this thing right here, although it doesn't give anything much of what I'm going to expect here, but aside from this right here, it has a gaming esports style design to it, and including this name right here, Temari, right there. I don't know if it's actually upside down or what, so you can actually, I can't really tell from the camera, but that is the name of the headphones itself right here, which I think it is actually of how the eSport headphones would look like. So, and well, the fridge kind of creeped me out for some reason. I don't know why. So, and alright, back to the headphones. These headphones right here, although it gives me some basic features right here, like the basic boom mic, the basic mute switch, which is a physical instead of a touch, and also a hardware volume control, which is also basic. And this right here, at first, this thing right here, it was like a disappointment at first, because you know what I mean? Well, I'm going to talk about the experience that I've been having with these headphones right here. But before we get to that, so I'm going to talk about where it is now. So where it is now? Of course, it's just long gone now, since like the last time that I saw one, that it was like back at that time where I first got this thing right here back in Christmas, which for my assumption, I thought it was like in Christmas of 2017 or 2018. I don't even sure about the year that I bought this thing though. But it was like at that time where I have my crappy laptop, which is a Acer S5 Switch 10, if I remember so vividly. So I remember that on that day, I just want to give myself something that it is actually so good for my crappy laptop. Because, you know, I'm gonna admit myself that back then, I didn't have a good gaming laptop. I didn't have a good cellular laptop like what I have here. Back then, all that I have was an Acer S5 Switch 10 that it runs on an Intel Atom that has 2 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. That's it. That's all I had back then. And of course, back at that time, I used to have like many of the stuff right here going on in the background, like doing YouTube editing and all of that stuff, which back then, it was like so crappy. It was made in like Windows Movie Maker. I remember so vividly because I actually started this YouTube channel right here with the Windows Movie Maker and my camcorder that I'm using to record this right now, which he's been with me like since then. Alright, let's get back to the headphones. So the headphones right here, although for what I've been searching around on the internet, this thing right here, it doesn't exist anymore or anywhere else in the internet, because you know, the one that I found right here is that I only found some low quality JPEGs of it, and that's it. It was like a husk of what it was once to be sold online. But then when I actually got into it, it just says out of stock, which that means there's not even one left in stock anymore in 2025. And you can't even buy these things either. Or maybe they were being replaced by the better ones like Lenovo, Razer, or some other brands like that in mind. Or maybe they were actually being replaced by the better brands after all. Okay, so let's get back to the headphones right here. But well, all that I only found was just nothing but the emptiness of what it was. And this is why I found out that this headphones right here, it becomes a rare item. I actually just want to keep it as my sake of who I am, because this headphones right here also used to be the part of my mascot design, especially on my Minecraft skin, if you're wondering. So if you're wondering, that red headphones that my mascot was wearing on my Minecraft skin was actually this headphones right here that it was actually based on. So this is actually based on the real life thing that I've showed to y'all right here. So, and aside, this thing right here, it was a disappointment at first, because you know, the disappointment is, but when I first got this thing right here home, when I first looked at the package, I thought, whoa, this is going to have RGBs or something. Because at first when I was a little kid, I wanted an RGB gaming headphones so much that I actually bought this thing right here. But then the disappointment comes when I unboxed this thing right here, but which back then I didn't have my own YouTube channel, because maybe I have, but it wasn't actually in use like what I am right now. But I remember that back then I was going to unbox this thing out of the box and I found out that it doesn't even have RGBs on it. So I was being deceived by the looks on the package or what it actually used to claim to be. But instead, I got this. It's just a bulky plastic design onto it instead of just having RGBs. And well, of course, the other disappointment is the USB right here. At first, when I was a little kid, I thought this thing, it doesn't even have 3.5. So how does it power on? So that's the question that I've been having in mind like back then when I was a little kid. But then when I got this thing right here to connect to my laptop, which back then it was a crappy laptop. So I plugged it in and used my Audacity to do everything in between or something like that. And then I noticed that it actually recognizes as a speaker, which that means this thing right here is a USB speaker. So, but although it's actually repackaged into the shape of the esports gaming headphones, which, well, of course, they do sound great. So I'm gonna say. And when I plugged it in and used the microphone right here to record my cringy vocals, well, guess what? It turns out that this thing works after all. So, but from now until then, this headphones right here is still one of my best gaming headphones that I will have and I will love. So, but well, actually, I'm gonna say it's a pretty much the best gaming headphones that I will own and I will have. But it's not just have or own, I also love it because, you know, I love this headphones so much that my mascot design used to have like this headphones right here wearing in my Minecraft skin, which that means actually my mascot design used to have this headphones right here wearing on my Minecraft skin, you know, like that one here. So I don't know if y'all can see here. So this, it is actually what it looks like. So my mascot right here, he used to have this headphones right here wearing on his head. So which that means back then, but probably due to the influence of designing my Minecraft skin too back then, like back in 2017 or 2018, which is actually what I would expect back then when it comes to designing my Minecraft skin. So, and well, of course, this headphones right here is an indeed stereo headphones. But what does it offers you? Well, it's not just a stereo audio that it actually offers you, but it also offers you a 7.1 channel surround sound audio. Which, what does it mean right here? So first of all, the 7.1 channel surround sound headphones right here is right now is commonly seen in some of the expensive models of the gaming headphones of this era in 2025, which of course this one right here somehow it actually so cheap, but it's not even cheap back then. It cost me like around 700 Thailand bahts, which is really expensive back then in Thailand here. And well, actually it offers me a 7.1 channel surround sound audio, which how do I know it? Well, but back then I didn't know it because I never played games on a PC. But when I use these headphones right here to listen to the audio when playing Minecraft, and especially when I turn on the directional audio setting in the game, which that means whenever I hear something like a distance, like from far away or whatever, it's going to be like very distant. Or for instance, if there's a creeper coming from the right side, it's going to be on the right side or something like that in mind. But well, actually, I was quite impressed by the quality of this thing right here. But as I expected, the base and table are perfectly balanced and everything right here, it works after all. So, but judging this headphones right here was a mistake. But later on, this headphones right here, it was like a gem after all. And well, so that's it for rambling around about the headphones right here. And of course, I kind of just randomized all the stuff in my head. So talking about these headphones right here and rambling around about my experience and my past and other stuff that is kind of a bit off topic. So I'm going to apologize for that if I was talking off topic from the headphones. So, but I'm gonna say I really love this headphones so much. So I'm gonna admit that. And well, of course, although it doesn't have RGBs, but it also packs a lot of good features onto it. But although it's just basic, but I'm gonna say it's indeed the one of my best gaming headphones that I ever own. But it's not just own, but I also love it too, because this is my only headphones that I ever have when it comes to having a gaming headphones. But when I think about buying a new one, that it can replace these headphones right here, but actually I'm gonna say it's just irreplaceable, because when I look out for some new gaming headphones, some of them were just all the same. So it's all the same, so like they have RGBs onto it, they have like strange designs, or they even have like cat ears on the top, whatever it is. So these things were like, well, you know, it's just all the same. The quality, the pricing may depend. So, but of course, the pricing and the quality is actually also dependent. So, well, but not for these headphones right here, which although I bought this one for like about 700 Thailand bahts, but of course it's just worth it after all, because you know, for what it was a mistake, but when I use it, it becomes a gem after all. So, and well, actually I'm gonna say it's pretty much the best headphones that I've used, like what I said many times. And what about the other stuff right here that I'm going to talk about these headphones? Well, so there's not much as of it is right now, because you know, the headphones right here themselves, they are good. They sound so good after all. So for these headphones, and you can also adjust your size of your head right here on this part right here, where you can just adjust and all of that stuff. So, and that was going to be basically it for a rambling conclusion and rambling around about the GH500 Anitech headphones right here. But although the design itself right here is quite similar to of those esports gaming headphones, but this one is just doesn't have RGBs. So instead of just having like something that you expect from esports gaming headphones, this one is just the esports style gaming headphones, but with no RGB LEDs on the sides. Which, well, of course, although it was a childhood disappointment back then, but I'm gonna say in the after all, it was pretty great. It was worth it. And it's also a gem that I'm using it since then. So, and this is going to be it for the review and rambling talking about the Anitech GH500 gaming headphones right here, or the so-called esports style gaming headphones. So, and if you do like this nonsense style, or you want to see me play Minecraft or talking nonsense like this, or you want to see me shit post in my posts or making shorts, so please leave me a like, comment แล้วก็ที่สำคัญมากเลยนั่นก็คือการกดปุ่ม subscribe สีแดงให้ผมด้วยนั่นก็เป็นกำลังใจให้กับผมในการทำคลิปต่อๆไปทั้งในอนาคตด้วยนะครับ And well, this video right here was filmed somewhere outside of the Bangkok. Alright, so this is going to be Anitech for this today's video right here, and of course I was still going to use these headphones right here if I really wanted to, but well, actually, this is one of those gaming headphones that I really love and I really use it. But although due to the less frequent use, these headphones right here might last for a bit longer. Maybe not forever, but since these things can break. And this thing right here might be survive until the day that I bought my new laptop. Which, because I'm so done with my PMax, because my PMax is kinda slow and playing Minecraft. Alright. So, and I think this is going to be basically it for this today's video, and I will see y'all there in the next video, where I'm going to make more awesome quality content like this. And well, at the time of recording this, it is nighttime already, and well, good night to myself, and I will see y'all there in the next video. Bye bye, สวัสดีครับ